Hi, this is Grant Reekman and Curtis Estes. This is our Deliverable 1, Part 2, and this is the calculator that we developed to decide whether the user wants to stay in the military or if they want to go into the civilian sector based on their career salary and their benefits that they get in each. So let's get started. So for our current pay grade, we have right now as an O1. Say you want to see what you get as a first lieutenant. You go over here, put in as an O2, total years of service. The basic pay charts, they went by 2 years, so we said that the user needs to make sure they divide their number of years by 2. So as a O2, let's say you've been in for, we'll say 3 years. Then you'd input 6, or you'd input 3 years here. And so this is actually, you've been serving for 6 years, but you need to put in 3 for this calculator. For a city, this depends on what city you're living in, where are you stationed. This is for your BAH. So let's just say you're from, I don't know, Fort Polk. Here we go. Fort Polk, and then just automatically gets put into the total income. For number of ranks, this also is based on the BAH. So over here you can see what your BAH allowance would be. So we have this based on your rank. So let's say O2. Oh, it's already O2, so you would input 20 cents. It's 20 for O2. So there we go. It's actually a drop-down menu, so you can do that too, or you can type it in. So for special pay, we have the special pay chart in a different tab that you can look at if you qualify for special pay. So you just find whatever amount that you would get and just go ahead and input it here. And so say it's like 500, it automatically gets put into the total income. So you just have, for now we're going to leave it at 0, but you can input it as you see fit. Next is the percent salary allotted to the TSP. So this is basically your GI Bill or your 401k, but this is a certain retirement plan that you can put in that whatever you put in, the military will match it. So for the sake of things, we'll say that this is at a 1% right now. And so you'll put in a certain amount, a certain allotted amount, and then the military will match it. And then, oh, I forgot, dependents. This is very important. So if you have dependents, this is for your BAH. You type in 1 for yes, like you see here, and then you type in no if you do not have dependents. The net present value, this is for the GI Bill, specifically speaking. So the net present value, the formula we use was the future value, the future value multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate, which we found the annual inflation rate to be 3.22% for the past few years with an average. So we did 1 plus the inflation rate, parentheses, multiplied by negative n, which is the amount of years which you plan on waiting to use the GI Bill, which you input here. So then this comes out with the monthly net present value of the GI Bill is worth. So here with the GI Bill, you can put in which one you want to use. If you want to use the GI Bill or the yellow ribbon recipients plan, and then like I said, here is the number of years. This would be the negative n, so 15, I don't know, 14, doesn't matter. This changes automatically. Total income, so the total income is a bunch of things. So it's the pay grade that you have, total years of service, where you're living, BAH, if you have dependents or not. And then we got the total income and multiplied by the state and annual tax rates. So the state tax you can get by saying where you're from or where you're living, and then that will give you a tax rate. And then your tax bracket, you can see over here, in the tax bracket, you can see legend here. And then, so for this one, for example, this one says 181,000. So you go over here, it's 0.28. So you go here, 0.28, and then this is your total income after tax. So for civilian life, it's the same thing, easy to follow. So for your civilian job, you just go down this drop-down menu of a ton of jobs, almost every single job that you can think of. Click on it, and it'll spit out a number. 401k is your retirement plan as a civilian. So if you're allowed to contribute $5,000 or let's say $6,000 into it, most companies will match up to 50%, if not the whole thing. So for this case, we'll say 50%. And then, so your total 401k contribution is $9,000. And so we did your civilian job plus the total 401k to get the total income. And the same thing here, you had to multiply by the state and the annual federal tax. And so for this example, it's 147,000. 147 falls into 0.28%, so 28% federal tax. And say you're from, let's see, Vermont, as a 6% state tax. So you add these two, multiply by the total income to get the total income of your civilian job after tax. And the user can just play with this as much as they want to get estimate on their annual income. This is annual, not monthly. So there you go.